Welcome to Let's Talk Kentucky. I'm your host and moderator, Sherelle Roberts, and I'm joined by the Let's Talk team. It's Pretty in Pink, Susan Mills. Meredith Crutcher is in for Kim Dixon, and Lisa High.
Hey.
Hey, y'all. Happy Monday.
Yeah,
Happy Monday.
It's a Monday.
It's been one already.
You're feeling a little Monday-ish? Little Monday-ish?
Manic Monday.
Well, listen, you look good.
That's
and
right.
part of acting good is looking good and feeling good. So,
We'll go with it. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Meredith, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you all for having me back. I'm so excited to be here again.
Yeah. For folks who do not know, Meredith is an actress. She's a mom. She's all the things. So,
I'm some of the things.
You're some of the things. You're all the things. No, take your kudos. Take them.
Thank you.
Okay, everybody. We like to start every show with talk of the town. It's going to be an eventful night in Lexington. The Fayette County Public School Board is having a big meeting. But before, at 4 p.m., there will be a rally for community members who are against Senate Bill 150. Then right after that rally, there will be a public comment at the school board meeting to discuss the impact of Senate Bill 150 on the upcoming school year. Now, you may remember Senate Bill 150 is the controversial legislation that just passed, which bans the discussion of gender identity and sex education for some students in public schools. However, the bill language has been the source of much discussion because opponents discovered that lawmakers unknowingly created a loophole in the bill, which instead of banning both gender identity discussion and sex education, it arguably reads that it bans gender identity discussion or discussion about sex education. This loophole is a way for schools to have more flexibility with their curriculum, so they're going to do the or thing. They're going to pick one or the other. Lawmakers say, you know what we were talking about, but that's not what they wrote, so it's a whole thing. So tonight there's going to be a lot to talk about. There's going to be a lot of people talking, so let's talk about it now. Woo!
Yes.
Senate Bill 150, Fayette County Schools, public meeting tonight, and a rally. Woo!
Yep. Well, you know what? I know it's going to be heated. Everybody knows it's going to be heated. Hopefully, calmer minds will, prevail and that everybody can have a nice discussion about it. But I'm just actually, honestly, I'm glad in a way that parents are so engaged in this. That's, I mean, that's the real topic. I mean, that's the real purpose of all of this too. So, it's getting parents engaged and involved with our kids and with the school system.
And the school system has been asking for the parents
Yes,
to be involved. And it's never a bad thing for the parents' voices to be heard, right? We all want to be heard.
Right.
I just hope people behave themselves.
Right.
We often talk about how we can have disagreements here, but we're not disagreeable.
Yes.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
and I think it's important to know that it may not be our opinion, but we need to hear others.
Yes, absolutely.
I really think that we knew that this conversation was coming eventually, and I'm glad that it's finally here. I just hope that everyone can check their emotions so that it can be a productive conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm concerned about the potential threat of violence, political violence, emotional, because like we said, people get emotional. I think what makes this, for me, a bigger concern is because the rally right before the meeting. If it's just a meeting, people are coming in, they're like, ho hum, we're gonna get in line, we're gonna say some things. But rallies get people riled up, and there may be opposition on the other side. So I think we can say, we admonish everybody to please, please, please use good sense. Don't get caught up. Don't take it too far, because then what are we teaching the kids?
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
True.
Yeah. All right, second up, talk of the town. We've got something going on over in Danville. A group of women in Danville are trying to get the Crown Act passed in their city. The Crown Act is a law that prohibits race-based hair discrimination because of hair texture or protective styles like braids, locks, twists, twist-outs, and band-to knots. We should have like a tutorial one day so we can show everybody what those are.
That'd be great.
But the meeting is tonight at the Danville City Council at 5:30. So I think this is great that Danville is getting on the wagon. Lexington just passed this about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it's great too. But you know what? I'm still shocked that we even have to have this done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
it just seems like common sense that you would never discriminate about hair or anything of that nature. So I'm shocked by that. But this is, again, a reason that people need to be vocal and need to be active out there in order to make sure and ensure that people are treated fairly.
Yeah, and okay, so Danville, no, it doesn't feel like it's going fast enough,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It's like Lexington, I think we were talking about maybe Covington was the first one. We followed suit after, now Danville. Let's go ahead and speed it up, right?
Yes.
It should be just like, okay,
Yes.
Well,
this is it.
So Susan, we wouldn't have to like piecemeal it if the legislature would get their act together. Sorry, legislature, y'all don't have it together. I'm just gonna say it. Because this piece of legislation has been filed like 6 times in the Kentucky State Legislature, and they're just not letting it through. And so all of the cities are having to figure it out, trying to figure it out. I will say that the farthest it ever got was last legislative session. Whitney Westerfield filed it, and he actually was able to get it out of committee, which was amazing, but it still didn't pass. Y'all, come on.
Everybody, they just need to pass it, and it shouldn't be an issue.
That's right.
It should not be an
Kudos to
issue.
Whitney, though.
Yeah,
Kudos to
yeah.
him.
No, he did. There were lots of women who had filed it previously, and so, you know, that dude gets it through. Hey, we'll take it. Keep going, pass it
Keep
next
going.
time.
Yeah.
All right, stay with us. Coming up after the break, should people who get sentenced to life in jail before they're adults get a second chance after they turn 21? Let's talk about it.
Ashley Stars and Stripes sale is happening now. This weekend only, shop 4th of July doorbusters up to 50% off. Or pay 0% interest for 60 months with no down payment. Don't miss it. Friday through Tuesday only at Ashley.
Don't be impressed when you hear someone settle their case for what may seem like lots of money. $500,000 seems like lots of money until you learn they lost both legs, had a brain injury, or were paralyzed and can never work again. All law firms are not the same. To see what your case may be worth, go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts and settlements for cases just like yours. Look before you leap. Hire the right lawyer. Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Since 2018, Commonwealth Credit Union has proudly sponsored the Barbasol Championship. This world-class event is one of only 52 PGA Tour events, and it's all happening right here in Kentucky. Join us July 13th through the 16th at Champions at Keene Trace in Nicholasville. Children 15 and under will get free admission courtesy of Commonwealth Credit Union. Plus, all state employees will get 25% off admission with promo code CCU Golf. We're investing in our community, bettering lives, and making memories along the way. Commonwealth Credit Union. Here, we see you differently.
This is your summer to smile, to raise your glass and reconnect, to reel in the fun and serve up great times. To help you get ready, your Aspen Dental team is celebrating 25 years of affordable care with an epic Summer of Smiles event. Right now, new patients without insurance get a free full exam and x-rays. Plus, everyone can get 20% off their treatment plan. But hurry, because while these summer savings won't last, the memories you make together will. Aspen Dental. Book today.
Cool nights start at Ashley Stars and Stripes mattress sale. Right now, you can save $500 off new mattress arrivals like the Temper Breeze. Plus, pay 0% interest for 60 months. For better sleep and better savings, visit your local Ashley today.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It is time for the Countdown Convo. This is the part of the show where we talk about as many topics as we can in 6 minutes. Y'all ready?
Oh,
Ready?
yes.
Okay, number 1. That's crazy.
I don't know where that came from.
Very intense. Okay. All right, so Illinois passed a law, and it's going to go into effect soon, that says that if you were sentenced to life in prison before you were grown up, before you were 21, that now all of those folks have the chance to get parole. So they were going to have to spend life in jail. Now they're getting the chance at parole. Is this something that we should do in Kentucky? Is this something that we agree with?
Oh, Lordy. I mean, to me,
Exactly.
wow. Honestly, I hate when kids do crimes. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so sad. It's really, really sad. I think it depends on the crime that the child committed. It's going to be a case-by-case basis, in my opinion. I can't imagine, you know, if they have life in prison, they probably did like a murder. It was probably a murder. So I think each case would have to be evaluated on why the murder happened. I mean, was it a self-defense situation, or could have been? I don't know. That's a tough one. It really is.
Yeah, I do think that we have to look at the details, because you never know if it was self-defense or anything like that. And you want to make sure something that happened when the child was young and had a young mind, or the adult was young, you want to make sure that they were in the right mind frame and things like that. So I just think it's important to look at the details.
Well, we've all been young and stupid, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not that stupid.
Right, yeah.
Certain things, we clarify that. But, you know, they can go in front of the parole board, right? I have no problem with that. Just like there are adults that commit crimes and they get in front of the parole board. It doesn't mean they're going to get parole.
Right.
But I think they should have the opportunity to.
Yeah. I think one's interesting because we know that your frontal lobe, where your executive decisions are made, it doesn't get fully baked until you're 25.
Right.
And so I think really adulthood, we've made it arbitrarily 21, but your brain's not finished baking until you're 25. So, you know, I think that letting people go through the parole board, giving them a second chance, because what you do with your God forbid, if we were held accountable for what we did when we were 16, 17, 18.
Goodness gracious,
on the
yeah.
non-crime side.
Yes, non-crime.
All right, moving on to guilt tip. Okay, so now there's this thing, like when you go to Starbucks or Subway or many places, and they just kind of do this thing. Okay, here's your total, and they slide it over to you like this. Slide it over to you. And then they're looking at you like, are you gonna tip or are you not gonna tip? And so it feels like a little guilty, like, do it, you know? How are you guys dealing with that?
Well, I had a friend who posted on Facebook, and they work in the food service industry, and they were saying that there's a lot of things that they do behind the scenes that people don't see, and that it's really important to tip, so maybe we should.
I don't know. It's like you all have that server that's kind of like, here, put your tip. You know, it's like, oh. But you know what? I think everyone is growing to expect tips, right? I don't tip my doctor. He is being paid for the service he's providing. So where do you draw the line?
I know. Well, you know what, though? Doctors are obviously making a lot more money than a lot of the servers. But, you know, are they? I have a hard time with this, too. I struggle with that, because if they just take the time to just turn the screen, if that's all the contact they've had with me, why am I tipping? I'm not going to tip for that. I worked in the service industry. I know all of the behind-the-scenes stuff and all of that. But we weren't paid the full amount of hourly wage either. We were paid less, so tips were important. But I don't know. I think it's silly.
So I'm a guilt tipper when they slide that little thing over. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's just, but that's even when they haven't done anything. I do, because also I don't want to be like, your last saw Sherelle Robinson, she did not tip. Like, I do not want that to happen. So, but especially if I'm actually at a restaurant with the server, I always do 20%. I just do it.
Absolutely.
Y'all not gonna be talking about me.
Yeah, you do have to click that choose your own amount, because they will decide for you.
Yeah,
So started at 40%.
Wait a minute.
Okay, last up, makeup hygiene. So evidently there's a list of a bunch of things you're supposed to do with your makeup. 1, clean your brushes every time. Don't use expired makeup. Who even knew it expired? Clean it off with alcohol and take off a whole layer. Like, there's all of these things you're not supposed to do. Evidently, I'm a dirty bird, because I am not doing any of this stuff. Like, what?
I'm a dirty bird. My makeup bag, I am not even kidding, and it's kind of disgusting now that you talk about it, but I've had my makeup bag for like 10 plus years.
And they say you're supposed to wash your makeup bag. Like, what?
I've not done that.
Yeah, I just get a new one. Let's move on.
I'm lucky to get my laundry done at my house. I can't even imagine having to wash my brushes for makeup and all of that stuff. No, I'm a dirty bird.
I am getting better, though. I do say that I am getting better. I've been told by makeup artists and things that you have to do it. And my sister-in-law bought me it's like this little bowl that and a brush spinner. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's a cool little contraption that I like. There's a solution, and it'll dry itself as well.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
love it. And so it's helped me
Yeah.
be less of a dirty bird.
I feel like the eyes are probably the most important area.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's kind of how I look at it. So like mascaras, if they're expired, I will get rid of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we all have work to do in the makeup department.
We do.
Okay, y'all, stay with us. Coming up after the break, Amanda O'Neill shows us why I call her the charcuterie queen.
Surf's up on ET's Bahamas Week.
Our week of fun in the Caribbean sun, filled with star surprises.
The exclusives float on.
Next, ET.
Tonight at 7 on ABC 36.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV.
And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sonobello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down and it's flat. Thank you again, Sonobello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-501-7304 or go to sonobello.com.
Confused by all the Camp Lejeune toxic water commercials? Let me answer some of your questions.
Are claims filed against the U.S. Marine Corps?
No. The U.S. government has set aside billions of dollars for those who have suffered. The Marine Corps will not be impacted.
Will a Camp Lejeune claim affect my VA benefits?
No. According to the VA, your right to VA benefits will remain intact. If you have questions about a Camp Lejeune claim, call the Driscoll firm now for a free consultation. 1-800-263-4200.
Name this little rock and roll legend.
Lupe Fiasco.
The comedy game show where grandma knows best.
Empire State of Mind is performed by what rapper?
Jay-Z.
Kelly Ripa host. Generation Gap premieres June 29th on ABC.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We've got the Let's Talk team here, and we have Meredith Crutcher in for Kim Dixon. And at the table with us is Amanda O'Neill. Hey!
Welcome to the table.
Thank you all so much. So glad to have you here. And you have brought with us a gorgeous spread.
Thank you.
A little baby charcuterie. And I call this, so for me, this would be like a big girl charcuterie. But for you, this is a baby charcuterie because you make ginormous ones. And we're going to show a couple of pictures of those. But how did you get into doing this?
Yes, so I've always made cheese balls. My grandmother taught me how to make cheese balls, and one day I had friends celebrate me with a winery event, and someone ordered a charcuterie board. And I was not happy with it. And I said, I could make that better. I went home, tried it, it was not better. But I kept going, and here we are.
Yes. So I found out about you a couple of years ago. You made the cutest little mini charcuteries for my birthday. Oh, Lord, I don't even remember what birthday that was, but it was one of the 30s. And it was so cool. So this has really picked up for you.
It has. I'm just blessed, you know. I'm from a small town, I guess, and there's not a lot of charcuterie artists, but there's enough. And just having the want and the need of something simple to eat on has made charcuterie grow and grow. Nobody wants a big meal. They want something handheld, quick and easy. And so just practicing and putting myself out there, I've been able to be, you know, well known in my community for charcuterie and cheese balls.
Yes.
Wow, I love this. I just want to say that charcuterie to me is like a grown-up Lunchable, and so it's nostalgic, but it's like very grown woman. So thank you.
Wow. Now, Amanda, I want you to note that they kept the food on that side of the table away from me. I don't know why they would do that.
I'm gonna hop down, and so we're gonna get into this. So tell us a little bit about. Can I walk around here? Of course I can. I'm the host.
Do it.
I'll just get over it. Okay. So this is something that you've been doing as a small business owner. What are some of the challenges that you found being a small business owner?
Yes. Well, some of the challenges as a small business owner is not. You don't always know exactly what the customer truly envisions, and so thinking that this is what the customer wants and not always knowing sometimes brings challenges because they may not like the cheese that you put on there, or they may not like pepperoni versus salami. So you have to kind of know your customers a little bit, and I found that that's probably one of the challenges that I faced there on the STEM with building these boards.
Yeah. So how do you start building? Do you start with the cheese ball and then just...
Yes, so the cheese balls are my passion, my baby. So cheese balls are easy. We make cheese balls daily and we keep them refrigerated. And so the cheese balls automatically gonna go on the board, and then we just build from there. We ask, do you have any allergies? Do you have any things that you don't like? And not that we customize them, because if you customize them, then they get expensive. But when you kind of want to know what your customers prefer, then we just start cheese, then meat, then all the other things.
Yummy. So if folks want to learn more about you, we have your information to pop up on the screen. We have your email, we have your Instagram, and we're about to eat. Once we go to commercial. So Vieta, thank you so much for being with us.
So much, thank you. I hope you all enjoy.
We are going to enjoy it right during the break. Okay, everybody, stay with us. Coming up after the break, clowning around can make you rich. We'll explain. All right.
Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Lots of people hired us. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Summer's here, and that means it's time to celebrate. Who can pass up classic Franks for $6.99, 12, 24, or 30 count? And fresh, boneless, skinless chicken breasts, now $1.39 per pound. Home-style ground beef patties are only $14.99 per 5-pound box. Macaroni and cheese is just $9.99 for a 5-pound tray. And Bush's baked beans are only $7.99 for a 7-pound, 5-ounce can. So no matter what you're celebrating, Gordon Food Service Store has you covered.
With the Sonic 2 for $7 deal, you get to choose from a Sonic cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, and 6-piece Mott Sticks. If that doesn't sound appealing, you might need to turn up your TV. Sonic 2 for $7 deal.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Call 800-449-0404. 800-449-0404.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
Let's Talk Kentucky is brought to you by Critchfield Meats.
Hey y'all, welcome back. It is time for What in the World is Trending. So, remember the old days when kids were like, I'm gonna run away and join the circus. And everybody just rolled their eyes like, do you wanna be poor? Well now, being a clown evidently is a big deal. So there is this woman, she makes $135,000, this is her, $135,000 a year working as a birthday party clown. Regina Martinez works as a clown about 2 days a week, and she basically started this as a side hustle. She charges $300 for 1 hour of balloon making, a puppet show, and other clown behavior. And I'm like, so listen, when I was reading this story, I was like, who does this? Well, come to find out, Meredith and Susan do this. So we have a picture of Meredith. She made the rounds as Doc McStuffin.
And it was not easy. Kids are intense. And so I think that if she's making that money, more power to her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Amanda, it's like, what are we doing? We could just be making balloon animals.
And if I knew how, I would try it. It seems like that's a good way to make a few dollars.
Clearly. And okay, now Susan was a mermaid. You don't have a picture, but she has a reenactment. Susan, tell us this story.
Okay, so let me set the stage here. So this record executive in LA hired Ariel, the Little Mermaid, and the Prince. My Prince shows up. He weighs about 75 pounds wet. Okay, the driveway to the house is like this. There's no way. He's supposed to carry me into the party. There's no way he's going to be able to do that. So bear with me here.
Okay.
Amanda, I'm going to, here, if I, now, so we start off at the bottom. I'm wearing my mermaid tail, okay? And I proceed up the driveway. 2 hours later, I am drenched with sweat, literally looking like I crawled from the ocean
into the driveway
and entertained a party of about 50 kids.
Susan had to make her mermaid money the hard way that day, baby.
I got paid $250 for that.
All right. Clowning around pays off. Okay, everybody, we like to end every show with a woman we're talking about it. And today's woman we're talking about it. Help me out, Meredith. Say her name.
Sarita.
Sarita Bagley. She is a fashion designer originally from Honduras, now based in Lexington. She's a co-founder of Lexington Fashion Collaborative and serves on a number of boards for local and state organizations. But she's amazing because she makes this sustainable, upscale stuff from scratch. Like, she thinks of it, she makes it. Listen, every time you see her, she looks amazing. I have never seen her look bad. She looks amazing. So thank you for all you do to advocate for women, for women's rights, and for making beautiful fashion.
Yeah.
You are a woman worth talking about.
Sarita.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We're gonna eat. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna eat.